Guys, this is Ambria. So I've been missing from YouTube once again. Excuse me for that. I've been busy with school. I've been trying to get my health back together. So yeah, I've just been all over the place. But I have a quick announcement. The announcement is on starting today. Hopefully, I'll have the video up by today. I will be doing these things called Short Talk Sundays, and then on Fridays will be Real Talk Fridays. Short Talk Sundays is basically I'm gonna try to stay under 10 minutes and talk about a topic, and then Real Talk Fridays it would be a longer. The video may be longer than Sunday's videos. So the topics are going to be topics that affect, that's happening in the world today, but my goal is to target the youth, especially the black community. We really need it. And then not only that, just around the world, just targeting people and allowing people to acknowledge the fact that, I'm ignorant on this topic. Let me fix this. That wasn't right. Let me fix this. Let me be that difference. You know what I'm saying? So that's what my goal is for, Short Talk Sundays and then Real Talk Fridays. That's my goal. So today's topic that we're going to be talking about is no other than that old famous saying, treat people the way you want to be treated. Now, I'm pretty sure that we have all had someone in our life to tell us this meaning, right? Tell people, we've all had someone that told us. I know my grandma, God bless her soul and God rest her soul. But my grandma, when she was alive, my grandma has always taught me the importance of treating people the way you want to be treated. She said in life, I will never forget, she said, when you get older in life, you will see people and they will try to use you and they will try to manipulate you into getting what they want but then they're not going to respect you none of that way there. They're not going to respect you. You know what I'm saying? And she said, don't you ever become that person, because if you ever do become that person, that's going to come back to you and bite you in the butt in the long run. So she was like, and then I asked her as a young girl, well, what if they're mean to me and what if they do this to me? She was like, well, just don't hang around them. Stay away from them. And you continue to develop a heart of gold and you continue to treat people with respect. And so at that point, I thought about it for a long time and it really didn't hit me upside the head until maybe 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago. Now, I'm 21. I just turned 21 in May. So now I want to tell you the story of the group of people I was hanging around with my freshman year of college. Now, I'm not going to tell the full story. I'm going to tell it in spurts, and as the series of the topics go on, then I'll tell you more and more what happened. I will be talking about these people and a lot of these topics because I believe it's so important to spot ignorancy when you see it. And if you can't change it, honestly, we as people, we can't change each other. All we can do is just listen to what's coming out that person's mouth, and you have to want to change that yourself. I can't change nobody, by the way. I can't change nobody. I just hope that my words influence you to do better, and hopefully you can make that change within yourself. But anyways, back to the story. So now I'm going to start with the girl. The girl that I'm going to be talking about for the most part is this girl named Bethany. Her name rhymes with Bethany. Her name is not Bethany though, but it rhymes with Bethany. So we're going to call her Bethany. Bethany, I met Bethany my freshman year of college, right? The girl always acted like she was so hood and so tough, you know what I'm saying? And it really breaks my heart that I have to tell this story about her because she was very so much a narcissist. She was very narcissistic. She always demanded respect, but then she wouldn't give people respect. You know what I'm saying? And so long story short, I'm gonna explain the story more and more as we get into dark topics, because she is a part of these dark topics that I'm talking about. And I just remember I told her, what I went through, what I was going through, because I had someone in our circle that I also called my friend, and he was her friend as well. He did something to me, and so when I told her what happened, she said dumb drunk girls make dumb drunk decisions. And then she was like, oh, well, I don't believe you. I don't think he would do nothing like that. And she had this whole look of disgust on her face, like I did and said something to her. It was crazy. So Not one time during the summer did this girl say, hey Ambria, how you doing? I noticed you've been doing really, you went through a lot, and I just want to make sure you okay. So it was just so crazy how this girl, like I said, and then before we left out for the university, before we left out from the university, she was telling me like, oh, I'm going to continue to talk to him, and I'm going to continue to talk to so-and-so, and don't make me choose between them and you. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm the type of person, ain't nobody got to choose me over nothing, because I'm not going to lie, I know people ain't going to choose me. I know people ain't going to believe me until they get in a situation where it's too late for them to believe it now. You know what I'm saying? I've always known that. I've been in situations where people feel like they had to choose me over someone else, and I never got chosen. But best believe those same people always came back and gave me some type of apology, and they've always let me know like I should have chose you because you was more honest about this. Now I gotta stick through hell with that. So like I said, now in a way, if you think about it, they treated me so bogus for someone they thought was right but clearly was in the wrong. You know what I'm saying? So now, like I said, back to the subject. Now the girl, like I said, she didn't call me, she didn't even send me nothing on Snapchat. And when we came back to school, she was expecting me to say hey to her. So because I wouldn't acknowledge her and I wouldn't say hey to her, she was treating me all types of bogus. You know what I'm saying? And when she got her quote-unquote new group of friends, she was rubbing it in my face like, yeah, I got friends, you ain't got none, and you by yourself. And I'm that type of person. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I will acknowledge to myself, I ain't got no friends. Because a lot of these people, a lot of these people, believe it or not, that you are calling your friends, these would be the same type of people that will snake you the hell out, and they'll go coward on you. Now they don't want to be your friend because they fucked up, and you want them to be held accountable. You know what I'm saying? So me personally, I could acknowledge that I ain't got friends. I'm okay with that, because that way I ain't got to worry about nobody doing something to me, and then I gotta confront you, or I gotta live with the idea that I might have to possibly do this and do that to you. You know what I'm saying? Or thinking about getting you locked up or something. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm okay to acknowledge that I ain't got no friends. I'm cool with that. But it's another situation where Bethany, she, like I said, she always demanded respect from people, and if she didn't get it, then she was an asshole to you. You know what I'm saying? And so me and Bethany are no longer on good terms today, because I found out the reason why she was taking up for dudes so hard in this situation is because she played a role in it. And that's going to be talked about in another dark topic. So hopefully somebody's listening and watching and staying in tune. It just really hurts my soul to know that you got people out there that don't mind doing and saying stuff to you, but as soon as you do it and say it to them, they want to fight you. Now with me and Bethany, I will admit what I did to her after I found out what she did to me and why she did it. I went on Facebook and I slandered the fuck out of this girl. When I mean by I slandered her, and I'm still slandering her to this day, because it's like, you really sat up here and put on this whole facade, making it seem like you was my friend, but then in actuality you had a whole nother motive. You know what I'm saying? And so I am definitely that type of person. Like I said, if just treat me the way I want to be treated. If you don't want to be treated, if you don't want to be snaked out, then don't be snaking other people out. That's how it goes. And if people do snake you out once you've been nothing but good to them, then that's on their forehead to think about for the rest of their life. And I'm still learning that. So with that being said, I want to get into the last story with Bethany. Bethany had took this white boy in as her friend. She was friends with this white boy, he was our friend as well too, right? And then the white boy and her boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, they were cool, right? So they were sitting in her boyfriend's room and they was watching the movie, right? So the white boy and her ex-boyfriend were roommates. So they were sitting there watching the movie, right? And so Bethany says to the white boy, oh, that's what the white people from Iowa do, because the white boy was from Iowa. And then he knows she's from Chicago. He was like, oh, that's the shit that black people from Chicago do. So she got offended, and I guess he got tired of taking her shit, and he spazzed out on her. And then he ended up calling her a bitch. So not only did you had she had the ex-boyfriend and the roommate arguing, getting ready to fight, because she felt like the ex-boyfriend should have defended her. But at the end of the day, she was wrong. You know what I'm saying? And she was wrong, and she was really wrong to drag her ex-boyfriend in to defend her. You know what I'm saying? It was just crazy. I understand a lot of dudes be like, I ain't finna let no dude disrespect my girl, but then your girl shouldn't be throwing you in shouldn't be running her mouth. Your spouse should never be running their mouth knowing that they in the wrong, and now they gonna put you in some bullshit. Now, you know what I'm saying? And so now, once he called her the bitch, she came back to her room. She was crying, upset, talking about, I'm just so angry, I gotta cut him off. And that's what everybody did. Everybody cut him off. And the boy that took advantage of me, he was still hanging around her. I mean, he was still, the boy that took advantage of me, he was still hanging around the white boy. And the white boy told my perpetrator, don't hang out with her, and that's what he did. He stopped hanging around her. So now she mad at him. So it was just a lot of fake stuff going on in that circle. So I just want to really encourage people. Like I said, now that Bethany is mad at the white boy, she telling all his business. She's saying the only reason why she was friends with him is because he was suicidal and he needed friends, and she would have felt bad if he killed himself. She really talking bad on his name, you guys. But she's not realizing that she was clearly in the wrong. She told us what she did to him and what he did to her. And for her to sit up there and not acknowledge that's what happens when you treat people like crap, you're going to get treated like crap back. Don't always take it for granted. And like I said, just because you know, your karma didn't come back to you that same day or the next day or the next week or the next month or even the next year or next couple of years, best believe what you throw out there to people is going to come back to you. What goes around comes around. But that's another talk for another day, and that's something to leave you on a cliffhanger to think about. Treat people the way you want to be treated, because as long as you run around here snaking everybody out, you are always going to be snaked out yourself, and you're always going to be in this situation where you're going to constantly be looking over your shoulder, thinking you so real, but you're really ignorant. It's one thing to be real about a situation, and then it's a completely another thing to be completely ignorant. And that's all I want people to think about, is just be aware of the things that come out your mouth and the things you do to people, because you have to think of it like this, and stop demanding respect when you ain't doing nothing but hurting people. You stepping on people to get respect. That's not how that works. Have a good day. Bye.